Full cap increase of 100 is coming tomorrow, and what we're going to do in this video, we're going to discuss the top characters to take to 100 as soon as possible. We're also going to discuss what these costs are going to be to take a character from 95 to 100. Now, this was put out by Dorky Dad. He is predicting that the cost to go from level 95 to 100 is 6.4 million gold. There will be a link in the description of the video where he goes over all of this. And then Baka also put out a spreadsheet saying and predicting 5.7. And then there are other people predicting that the number is going to be closer to 6.6. So I'm going to talk about what characters are worth upgrading. And we're going to basically rank every character in the game. Well, we're going to rank the characters that are worth ranking, because in the game, there are 270 characters. And in my opinion, only about half of them, that's right, about 135 of them are useful. Well, technically there's 268 characters in the game, but Gwenham's coming and then Red Goblin, 270 announced characters. You know what I mean? So let's just talk about it. There's 4 game modes in this game that I consider worth considering. Well, that's a sentence right there. We've got Arena, which is of top priority. Raids. But I think the context of raids is to upgrade teams that are struggling on whatever you're doing currently in raids. So you do want to upgrade your raid teams, but if you're already simming the node, there's no reason to upgrade them any further. There's Cosmic Crucible and War. So we're going to go over this list, and I'm going to assign a number to them. A number between 0 and 4. And 4 is that they are useful in 4 game modes, 3 and 3 game modes, and then 2 is 2 game modes, and 1 is 1 game mode. And I'm also got a color associated with them too, and that is green or red. Do I think this team is going up? It might be useful for a longer term, or do I think the team is going away sooner than later? So I've got my list right here, and we're just going to go over that. And I think the main thing is, for me, I'm going to focus on raids, and then I'm going to focus on characters that are good in multiple game modes based on this number that I'm going to give you right now, with the exception of raids. If it's a raid team that's only good in raids, they're not good. If it's a raid 1, they're only good in raids, then I'm only going to upgrade them as much as I need to get through it. Now, if it's a raid character that's good in 2 other game modes, or 3 game modes, I'm going to take them to the moon. So we're going to go through this very quickly. Gambit is good in 3 game modes and is amazing. Kestrel is good in 3 game modes and is amazing. Vol, I think, is okay, and is okay in 2 game modes. Kang is amazing. Love Kang. And good in 2 game modes. I also have Kang as a character I think that's going to be good longer term because of his passive. So I'm just a big fan of Kang. Cyclops is a 3, good in 3 game modes. I think he's amazing. Apocalypse, second best character in the game, is definitely a 3. And I love this guy. Ghost Rider's good in 3 game modes. Photon, good in 2 game modes. Vulture, 2 game modes. Hard Light, 3 game modes. Now here is my first red, and I regret, because this is sorted by gear tier. So we're starting with the 18s, we're going to my 17s, and then 16s. I've got him useful in 1 game mode, and I've got a red circle around him. And that is the first character on my list that I don't really feel great about having him at 18. I took him to 18 to get through Dark Dimension 6, and that was fine. Doc Ock is good in 2 game modes. Weaver, 2 game modes. Dormammu, 2 game modes. Captain Carter, also circled in red. Currently useful in raids, but we're getting a bio team. And there is a season bonus right now running in War, which will expire as well. So big red circle on Captain Carter. Morgan Le Fay, good in 2 game modes. And we're going to talk about Horsemen at great length here in a moment when we get to gear tier 17s. Union Jack is trash. I've got a big red circle around him, and so do I have with Iron Fist. They're good today, inside of raids and raids only, and they will be replaced at some time in the future, but I got to use them today. So I have them upgraded quite a bit. Makes me feel dirty knowing that this team is probably not going to be used very much going forward. Venom, I've got a 1 and a circle around him. And the reason why I got a green circle around Venom is because Venom could very well be a good... Hive Mind could be a good team inside of Alliance War and Cosmic Crucible, but the truth is we don't know. All we really know about Hive Mind right now is that they're going to be a raid team. We don't know what Red Goblin's kit is. We don't know anything about Red Goblin. It's possible that Hive Mind could be a 3. Unknown, but Hive Mind in general is on my radar. Icarus 2. Captain America is in red. Just like we talked about Captain Carter. Same thing with Bucky and Captain America World War II. They're in red. Don't recommend upgrading them. Not going to be taking them up very high unless I absolutely have to use them to get through the raids. Nick Fury is a 2. Get a lot of use out of Nick Fury, but the thing is, you really don't have to upgrade him that much if you're gonna, unless you're just gonna be solely using him inside of raids. But I do get use out of Nick Fury. Actually, I got a 2 on him now that I re-looked at my notes. The thing about Nick Fury is that his special ability speeds up the team, so I often use him inside of Cosmic Crucible, and sometimes we get use out of him in War. So this guy is actually pretty good. I like, out of all the invaders, he's the only one that I really think is gonna have a usefulness once they stop being used as a raider team. Nova is the only nowhere that I like outside of Alliance War, and I got him in as a 2. Black Cat is a 3. Red Hulk is a 2. Big Time Spider-Man a 2. Super Skrull, best character in the game, at a 4. And this is the first legendary horseman that I have as a 2, but I gotta say this. We're gonna talk at length, not at length, we're just gonna talk about them right now. We're gonna talk about the 23 characters that are needed to get Big Boy Apocalypse, which is gonna be the horseman teams. Most of them should not go above 17. To get a Big Boy Apocalypse, you need to take him to 17 in blue ISO 5. So Archangel is kind of cool. I really like his passive, but I don't know how much useful he's gonna be going forward. I suspect that he's going to fall off quicker than others. I do have him useful in 2 game modes, but I think that is going to be going away. Quicksilver, very good in 2 game modes, as well as Doom, big fan. Spider-Man 29, 2. And then Zombie Iron Man. A lot of people say, why do you have Zombie Iron Man in gear tier 18? Well, I have Hela circled, I have Juggernaut Zombie circled, because the thinking about Undying is that they're good in 2 game modes, and the hope is that every Halloween in October they release a new member and the team remains good to come, right? If we get a new character next October, oh, good team again. Then we get a one in the following October of 2025, good team again. So I took Zombie Iron Man to gear tier 18 solely for Kiln so I can get a 3 diamond Gambit. Firestar got a 1. And then right here we've got Magneto at 2. Star-Lord Annihilation is a 1. And I do not like that I have him at gear tier 18. I feel like the Nowhere team is largely useless outside of Alliance War, with the exception of Nova. Black Cat, a 1. Again, don't really care about her being at gear tier 18. I don't think that's great. Shuri might have some limited usefulness right now inside of Alliance War and the War Dogs team, but I feel like that's going away. Green Goblin's a 3. I love Green Goblin. And then Nightcrawler, I have a 3/4. I don't think Nightcrawler is as good as Apocalypse and Super Skrull, but people absolutely are getting huge amount of use out of Nightcrawler, and some people are even using Nightcrawler in the arena, and that might be a 4. So from here on out, we have gear tier 17s. I'm going to identify the ones that I think are not worth taking to 17. And I'm also going to identify some other ones that I think that I could have upgraded more and I might consider upgrading more. In general, when we come across Horsemen team characters, They're at 17, and they need to be at 17 to get Apocalypse, but I'm not going to be taking them any further than I have them now. So let's get started. Spider Slayer, good in 2 modes. Agent Venom. Nope. I got him in red. I don't think he's going to be useful for much longer. Noir. Got him in red. Don't think he's going to be useful for much longer. Iron Man Infinity War. I've got him as a 3 useful in 3 game modes. Brawn 2. Again, nothing wrong with the Gamma Team. I actually like the Gamma Team more than Unlimited and Death Seed. It's my favorite team out of the Horsemen that's still around. I also like Darkhold, but I'm not considering taking them to 18. 17 to get a big boy Apocalypse. Blue ISO 5 to get a big boy Apocalypse and stop. Rescue a 3. I just don't know if I need to take Rescue much higher, but we'll see. All right, Sunfire. Yeah, Unlimited in general is not that great outside of Rogue and Gambit. And I would not take this guy above 17. I've got him as a 1. Heartless Doctor Strange at 2. Hela I've got at a 2, and I've got her circled in green. And that is because of the discussion that I had with Undying. Hulk 2, Wong 2, Deathpool only a 1. Dark Beast circled in red, would not take him higher than 17. I feel like Death Seed's on their way out. Dark Beast and Psylocke are fine. Sometimes definitely use them as backup inside of Alliance War and Cosmic Crucible, but I feel like they're trending downward. Let's keep going. Abomination at 2. Captain America Sam Wilson. Now, here's the thing about Captain America Sam Wilson. I don't think he needs to be this high, and if you've got him upgraded, I think that's fine. I do find I get use out of him as a plug-and-play character inside of War, and sometimes in Cosmic Crucible. I feel like he's kind of like Nick Fury and Emma and Cable and Namor and Falcon, which we're not really going to go into great detail on those characters, but they're useful sometimes when you need a team to be faster for specific reasons in Cosmic Crucible, or if you just want to throw him on defense right now with Heroes for Hire. But I don't know if I would be upgrading him too much. So I got him circled red. Agatha 2, Cersei 2, Mr. Negative, I've got him as a 1. Dazzler, we talked about Sunfire and Phantom X as being a red, barely useful in 1 game mode. Mockingbird, we've got at 2 game modes. Carnage, we talked about Venom earlier. This really depends on Gwenom, Void Knight, Red Goblin being useful inside of multiple game modes. I've got a green around Carnage. I'm expecting him, of course, to be good in 1 game mode, but it could be 3 depending on when we get the kit for Red Goblin, or actually when we get to play the team with Red Goblin, we'll determine whether or not they're good in Crucible and War. Nemesis on the way down. Rogue, I believe, is very good along with Gambit. I think Gambit's amazing right now, but Rogue probably will have life much longer than the rest of her Unlimited, like Dazzler and Sunfire. Magneto on the way down, good in 2 game modes. Team Loki's a 1, and this is raid only, so I only think upgrading Team Loki as much as you need to sim the raid nodes or whatever you need to do. If you're getting through the first part, you know, the raid nodes that uses Bifrost, that's as high as I would take them. Agent on the way out. Winter Soldier on the way out. Korg only good in 1 game mode. Gwenpool in 1 game mode. Echo. Yes, I'm using Echo in Cosmic Crucible and sometimes in War, but that is room bonus based. Definitely do not need Echo this high. Do not recommend it. Taskmaster, useful in 1 game mode. Okoye, useful in War Dogs in Alliance War, probably on her way out. Titania, useful in 1 game mode. Ebony Maw, I don't know what to do with Black Order. I feel like Black Order is kind of good sometimes. I don't know if I would upgrade them. I'm not recommending them upgrading them. I find like a team like Infinity Watch to be a lot more useful than Black Order currently. Thanos has plug and play viability, specifically with Super Scroll, but I don't know how I feel about Black Order. I'm not recommending them. Dagger, good in 1 game mode. Beta Ray Bill, 1 game mode. Sylvie, 1 game mode. Kingpin, 1 game mode. Gamora, 2 game modes. Coulson, 2 game modes. Infinity Watch. Thor, 1 game mode. Cloak, 1 game mode. Shocker, maybe 1 game mode. Thanos, we talked about it. A little more pluggability. Pluggability, is that even a word? Pluggability with his passive giving energy to Cosmic, which could be Super Scroll. Might be useful plug and play. Shang-Chi, I don't know what to do with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is just super squishy right now. I don't know if that's worth upgrading. I've got him useful in one game mode. I sometimes using Cosmic Crucible. Moonstone one game mode. Proximo. Again, we had the conversation about Black Order and Thanos. Absorbing Man. I like Absorbing Man a tad more than some of the other characters that are Masters of Evil because he is a pre-taunting tank. In general, pre-taunting tanks, which I'm not going to go into great deal, but Red Guardian and Drax, and even Zombie Juggernaut are going to be useful longer term. This was the case even in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Pre-taunting tanks had use long after their team did, and Absorbing Man is in that category as well. Green Goblin, only in war. She-Hulk, I think she's fine at 17. Phantom X, 17. Nebula, 2 game modes. Darkhawk, useful in 3 game modes. Ultron. I don't even know if Ultron is that useful inside a Cosmic Crucible with the Masters of Evil team. Quite often, he's the first one subbed out. 1 at best. Kraven, a 2. Tigra, 2. Scarlet Witch, 17 only. My goodness. You just got to take her to 17. Blue ISO 5 just for Apocalypse. Not great. Sometimes useful, but not that amazing. Ironheart, I got it useful in 3 game modes. Lizard, 2 game modes. Nobu, 1 game mode. Juggernaut Zombie is circled in green. I think there's going to be 2 game modes that they're good in today, but that could be longer term depending on what comes out in Halloween of this year. Forge, 3 game modes. I'm a big fan of Extreme X-Men. Sunspot, 3 game modes. Adam Warlock, 2 game modes. Electro, 1 game mode. Nakia, on the way out, 1 game mode. Violet, 2 game modes. Black Panther, on the way out, 1 game mode. Cosmo, 1 game mode. Corvus, I don't know, 1 game mode. Moondragon, 2 game modes. Cull, 1 game mode. Loki, I like Loki. The reason why I like Loki is, and I don't think you need to upgrade him that much, but Loki, of course, is used in raids with Bifrost, but we often get use with Loki inside of Crucible or even War, where he speeds up like Cersei. So Cersei goes before Icarus. So just keep that in mind. The kit base on Loki is good, but I don't know if you need to take him up. Doctor Strange is garbage. 0. Thing, good in 2 game modes. 0 game modes. 0 game modes. 2 game modes. Trash. 1 maybe. 1 maybe. 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. We're in trouble down here. And I just want to say from here, it gets super sketch. You know, upgrade these characters at your own risk. Maybe good, maybe not. I want to call out some honorable mentions that are here at the bottom of the list. Emma. Okay. Emma gets used, right? Void Knight. Void Knight's probably going to be okay. We'll have to see what Red Goblin. Namor, Drax, Red Guardian. And then I got one circled here. What is this? GW? I don't even know what my acronym GW is. Maybe I'll figure it out before the end of the video, but I said GW1. I don't know what GW is, but anyways, down here, not great. Not great. If you see one of these characters here at the bottom, not go. Oh, I know what it was. It was Gwenum. Gwenum is GW. So let me know what you think in the comment section. And also, this is just my opinion. You might have a different opinion. Put that in the comment section if you think that there's some of these characters are more useful. I'm not saying that they're bad or not. It's just a priority of which ones to do first. Let me know what you think. And as always, keep on gaming, because gamers are cool. Bye for now. Swalla, swalla, swalla.